Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV of Fredrick. My name is Callie Say and I'm here at Transwest in trailer sales. So for those of you that aren't familiar with us, we're right off I-25, about 30 minutes north of Denver. We're Cimarron and Logan dealers. So if you're looking for a brand new trailer, those are the two brands that we carry. If you're looking for something used, like this really beautiful trailer that I've got behind me, we take anything from little bumper pulls to really big LQs in on trade. So let's go ahead and talk about this beautiful 2019 Cimarron 4-horse LQ that I've got here. This is a trailer that we sold originally. I went to a gentleman that is very particular about his trailers, does great service on them, really maintains a good product. And when you start with a good product and you maintain a good product, you're left with a really clean trade. So first thing I want to point out under here is we've got this nice roll-up door enclosure. So it rolls up and down. You can kind of protect all of this equipment under here, and there's a lot of stuff on this particular unit. We've got these nice big 17.5 tires on this one with Alcoa wheels. So these Alcoas are pretty cool because you can actually polish them up back to the original shine, but it matches the wheels on the ground, so you don't have to throw a steel wheel. If you have a blowout or anything, you've got a nice Alcoa that'll match what's on the ground. Right up here, you've got your hydraulic brake pump. So we've actually got electric over hydraulic disc brakes. This trailer's running on 3 Dexter Airflex axles, so you've got air ride suspension, but they're 8K axles, so you've got a lot of axle underneath this trailer. This trailer is 39-foot box, 8 foot wide and 7'10" tall with an integrated pod. So we want to make sure these trailers are properly axled so that they can go down the road for years and years to come. Now the air ride suspension right under here is one of the biggest bonuses on this trailer. We really don't like doing a lot of triple axles without air ride suspension. What we've done here at Transwest is we've actually built in a dump valve on these trailers. So if you get in and out of a tight space, you can actually dump one of the axles and increase your turn radius. It'll turn it into more of a tandem axle. It'll shift that weight off of the axle so that you can get in and out of tight spaces without being so hard on the sidewalls of these tires. So we love air ride on these trailers, but there's other reasons we do air ride. Air ride basically makes the trailer float down the road. So you've still got your rubber torsion axles and there's airbags sitting on top of it. So the connection between the axles and the frame of the trailer is suspended on air. There's a leveling valve in that system, so you don't have to worry about setting the ride height to a proper height. If it needs more air, it's gonna add more air. If you load a horse on, go up a hill, you'll hear your compressor kick on every now and again, and it wants to kind of keep that air at the proper ride height. So it knows what it needs to do. You don't need a compressor off of your truck. It's an all built-in system. Very simple to operate. There's an on-off switch and a raise and lower, as well as a blow-off valve. This, if you live in cold climates, is really important because when the air condenses, it creates a lot of moisture and condensation. So we want to make sure we clear those lines, especially if you're somewhere that is prone to freeze, because we don't want any cracked lines. That's probably the number one thing we see, and it's as simple as blowing off all that condensation every time you drop this trailer. Got 2 30-pound propane bottles under here. So we don't like to mess around with the smaller bottles. We just figure, a lot of these people are gone for the whole weekend. They don't want to have to run to get more propane halfway through the show. So have nice big bottles there, makes it really easy to go for longer periods of time. And then we've got 4 house batteries on this one. Since it is air ride, we always throw an extra battery, and you've got plenty of room in this lockable box up here. Down below there, you've got a little spigot, so you can use pressurized hose right there. If you've got your water pump running, you can wash off the horses, the dogs, the kids. It's nice to have an exterior spigot. And then we've of course got dual electric over hydraulic jacks. That's kind of a no-brainer on this one. Nobody would want to crank this size trailer. All right, Right under here, we've got the operation for our hydraulic slide. Since we do have a nice big slide on this one, we wanted to be able to run that as a hydraulic slide. And then as we are working our way around here, I just wanted to note that the extrusion on this particular trailer runs all the way from the rear, all the way up to the front. Cimarron is a big proponent in adding structural strength wherever they can. So especially on these big living quarters, they don't like to stop at the horse area. They like to run that side extrusion all the way to the front. It's not only a cool look, but there's actually triple hollow slats behind these extrusions. So you'll notice you're not going to see a lot of rivets and mechanical fasteners on these Cimarron exteriors. Everything is an extrusion that Cimarron built, so everything can lock together. It's like a giant puzzle piece when they put this together. The bottom rail locks into the extrusions, which locks into the rear posts. When they do that, they eliminate the need to weld several pieces together, which increases the strength on these trailers. That triple hollow slat actually gives all of these sections a radius, which adds a lot of structural strength. So on something this big, we want to make sure we have as little flex as possible, and this will help stiffen up the sidewalls. So you'll notice on a lot of our big LQs, you'll see us run that extrusion all the way forward. Your water refresh fill is over on this side on this particular trailer, and we've got 2 of them. That's because we've got the water tanks on this one split into 2 30-gallon tanks underneath the dinette. So if you're going somewhere, you've got the ability to fill those 2 tanks. They've got 2 water pumps. Just something to note if you want to know which side you need to pull up to get that hose to fill. Exterior outlet as well as lower spotlights so you can see at night. Gives you kind of a mellower light down low so that you can not trip when you're walking back to your horse area there. We're going to go ahead and step on in the front of this here. You guys can check out this beautiful outlaw conversion. So this was actually one of the first trailers that I was able to check out when I started working here at Transwest. I actually watched the Kentucky Derby in this particular trailer a long time ago. So it's got a lot of cool memories for me. I absolutely loved the layout on this one. It's an 18-foot 6-inch short wall, so it's not a small trailer, but look at all the room that you get with that size short wall. We've got a huge fold down sofa here, so it's a little bit oversized. Gives you the ability to jackknife that sofa and have somebody that's a little bit taller sleep on it. It's 78 inches, so it's nice and comfortable. I loved the top roll we did on this one. We've actually got kind of this style coming back a little bit. I think people really likes those warm neutrals, all these brown interiors. Everybody's kind of simplifying again, and I just think it's such a beautiful trailer. Soft touch walls all around. This is an outlaw conversion, so they did not spare any details on this one. You've got your spots for reading, and you'll notice the detail on all of the knobs there. Everything was really well chosen. This was actually an inventory trailer way back when, so our salespeople picked this one out, and I think they did a really excellent job. You've actually got dual entrance into the nose on this particular trailer. So it's got a nice big memory foam queen bed up there with windows on either side, day-night shades on every window, and those windows in the nose are actually kick out for safety. You'll also notice that up at the front you've got some closet storage. It's a pretty shallow storage up there, but it's a great place to throw all your knickknacks and small items. And then on this side, on the passenger side, we've got a second start for the generator on this one. So a lot of people, they don't want to have to get out of bed to start up their trailer, so they can just do it right up there and get that generator running and get ready for the day. Secondary TV on the interior here, so that we've got somebody that can watch TV up in this area, and then if somebody wants to stay out here and get a little more time up, they can watch a secondary TV unit down here. This particular trailer was originally equipped with DirecTV. Now the customer did take that DirecTV with him when he moved on to his next Cimarron, but it's something that can easily be added after the fact. Nice big cabinet storage down here. I like to note Outlaw's cabinets are pretty cool as far as their wiring. They own the wiring diagrams to every every Outlaw conversion that they've ever built. They've got a 24/7 customer support line. So if you do have any questions, you can call them any time of day, 365 days a year. They can pull up the diagram on your trailer based on the VIN and help you troubleshoot any issues, help you find anything, help a tech find something. But they do all of these trap doors in their cabinets. So unlike some companies where you open a door and you see wires running back against the walls, even if they pin them back, you're still likely to snag something, have a wire break, and just by having those little trap doors with the wiring running underneath gives you easy access if you ever have to fix anything, but it does make it so that it's a lot more usable space. Down low, we've got these lower spots. So if you don't want to turn on all the lights to wander to the bathroom at night, gives you that ability to have that down low light. And then once again, just a really nice, beautiful center entertainment, lots of storage up above, your access to your exterior speakers and radio. So we pan over, you've got most of your lights right here on this wall. So if you don't want to step in your trailer with your dirty boots, you can switch on a lot of these right from the door. One of your controls for your ACs is over here, and the other one is over by your bathroom. Since this is such a big short wall, Outlaw did option it with two 13.5 BTU ACs with heat strips and a 25,000 BTU furnace on this particular unit. So you've got plenty of ability to cool this one down. Because of those two ACs, we did option this one with a 7,000 gas generator by Onan. It's up on the roof. It's actually running right now. You guys probably can't even hear it. So we'll check that out when we get to the back. But this particular one has 1,493 hours on it. Starts like a champ. This trailer has been serviced through both our house and our chassis shop. And one of the things that we do service is we actually service those generators when they come in. Make sure that they're working and ready for the next customer. Right here, I mentioned that that slide is a hydraulic slide. So you've got your controls for that right there. An internal house battery cutoff. So you can cut all the lights and power right there at that button. And then the hot water heater, it's a 6.0 gas or electric. So this is your electric switch. Gas is always going to be a lot warmer because you're going to be able to get that power. But if you want to save some of your propane, you can use that electric water heater. It'll take a little longer to heat up and it doesn't get quite as hot, but it's a great option. And then you've got your controls for your 21 foot electric awning. Slide that out and have a really big party space outside. People love these hat racks that they throw. You can come in, throw your hats up there. They don't get set on the table or squished somewhere. Really great option. We do them on almost every single one of our trailers. So opposite this big sofa that we talked about, we've got this nice big dinette. A lot of people are big fans of having two sleeping areas and then a place to sit down. These dinettes actually fold down. There's an extra cushion in the back so that you can collapse this down, and this is a third sleeping area for someone. It's a little bit shorter than that sofa, so maybe some smaller kids or smaller adults can go on this one, but it gives you that ability to have that secondary location. If you've got kids and you throw them on that sofa, it's nice to not have to be able to collapse everything down and still have a nice little sitting area. Big window, slide window over the dinette. There's lots of air, lots of light in this particular trailer, which really shows quite well. And then we've got tons of storage up above. All this storage runs all the way through to those other cabinets. You'll notice Outlaw does all hardwood cabinetry, all house grade equipment for all your latches and hinges. So you're not getting subpar just because it's a trailer. And Outlaw has some of the best insulating properties of any trailers out there. So you'll notice that they stay quite a bit cooler or warmer depending on what you're running. Some storage above this fridge. This is a nice big 6.0 fridge. So you've got a separate freezer fridge combo. And you've got the ability to run this off of gas or electric. I like this big pantry storage here on this side. A lot of times that's where we struggle on these trailers, is finding enough place for storage. Outlaw will find storage wherever they can. All their steps have little flip ups, so you can always use those options. But if they can put a cabinet there, they will. Right under here, we've got a recessed gas cooktop, so it's a 2-burner. But what's nice is if you're not using the burners, you can have a nice big storage space or prep space. This is nice flush. You don't have to worry about anything raised, knocking off your cutting board. This tin black splash I was always a big fan of. I think it just ties really well into all the knobs and hardware we have in this trailer. And then really big sink here. You'll notice you don't see a lot of chintzy plastic on these Outlaw conversions. They really do a great job. Even the toilets are porcelain. I mentioned we had that 6-gallon hot water heater. That is down there. Note all the lines for the plumbing. It's the same type of stuff you will see in your house. Drawer storage over here, sliding barn door, and then the bathroom. This is what most people get attracted to when they see this particular trailer. Some people will use this as more of a laundry chute, which is a nice option. But you've got all these adjustable shelves in here, big basin sink, lots of counter storage. And I like that we didn't center this one. We've got all this counter storage here, and then this is kind of off to the side. Big double mirror here with huge medicine cabinet. And then storage and drawers down below. This is what most people get really excited about. This is a walk-in closet on a horse trailer. So you've got those double rods, lots and lots of hanging space. You can use this trailer and go on a very long trip. You'll notice that cushion. I mentioned that dinette collapses down into a bed. That's what you're going to use to fill in the gaps there. Nice big shower. You've got some recessed places for your soaps and shampoos. And then we've got the 710 interior height on this trailer, which gives us huge amount of headroom, but we still did that skylight just so that people can feel a little less claustrophobic in there. There's some really tall people out there that struggle on certain horse trailers just because of that area. Alrighty. I think the only thing I didn't mention in this kitchen over here is we've got this nice big convection microwave oven. So if you want the ability to bake some cookies or anything like that, we have the ability to either use it as a quick microwave or you can use it as a convection oven. So really great option there. Roll up screen door, since we do have a Cimarron door on this one. It just tucks back against the side here to keep all those flies out, since generally you've got horses you're hauling with and they usually come with flies. Now I wanted to point out the roof line on this particular one. Number one, we optioned it with lots of marker lights, lots of awning lights over the horse area, but then you'll notice that that integrated pod just gives this trailer a really clean, sleek look. We love these integrated pods. You get so much more storage up top. They do bring the roof line down in the stall area a little bit, so you are a 7'3" interior stall height as opposed to a 7'10". So they take about 7 inches out of that stall area. This is actually a reverse load. Now a lot of people aren't very familiar with it. We build a few of these a year. The customer that owned this particular trailer said that was one of the biggest benefits to their horses. That reverse load puts their weight so that they're bracing with their hips and not on their forehand. So horses generally ride really well backwards, and so a lot of people like this side reverse load option. But when we load over on that side, we have the ability to reverse load, and these horses' heads are not at oncoming traffic, so they're gonna have a nicer view, but less semis and everything rushing past them. It's gonna make them a little more comfortable as they travel. Big drop down windows with jail bars on the head side, mangers that go all the way through. So you've got tons of storage space underneath those mangers. And they're 18-inch deep mangers. We can do a 21-inch deep, but it takes up a lot of that stall area. And if you do have to turn a horse out of there, sometimes it makes it just a little bit too tight. We've got these nice big heavy-duty Coopers on this particular trailer. They're 18-ply load range J. And like I said, you've got those Alcoas wheels, which just gives it a really clean, sleek appearance. Now on this escape door, we've actually done a manger escape door. This is a really popular option on our living quarters. Most people don't want to have to deal with hay bags or hay nets, and they like having that additional storage underneath. So if you want an escape door to be able to use this as a extra storage slot, get in and out of this area, that manger escape door is a really great option. Now we get ourselves back to our full width rear tack. Really great layout on this full width rear tack. The swing out saddle rack, which is a really popular option. A lot of people want the ability to have their tack and saddles easy to access. If you're a little bit shorter, you can swing it in and then it operates just as a regular saddle rack would. We've got these 4-tier gas shock blanket bars on the door. Everything's carpeted in here. Really nice area for all of your tack. You're not dealing with a small collapsible rear tack or even a side tack where you've got to pick and choose what you're bringing. This is much like the closet that we've got in the living quarters. You can bring it all. Nice big brush box on the door. These are all adjustable. So if you want to slide them up and down based on the clearance you need on your saddles, you've got the ability to do that. Got tons of bridle hooks along this interior wall here. We actually optioned it with 24 bridle hooks. Big shelves on this side, and you've got your fuel tank down below, and they carpet that fuel tank as well. So tons and tons of storage on this one. You're not lacking at all just because you want a really nice living quarters. Easy angle ladder up to the pod. That's a nice covered hay pod. We've got a gate at the rear as well as the deck. So you've got the ability to pile more stuff on behind, and then you don't have to worry about it coming off down the road and sliding back. Right here is your fuel fill for your gasoline. So it's a push-pull system, so it'll get that gas up to that generator. That's why we prime these generators, give that time for that gas to get to the trailer itself, or to the generator itself. Big drop-down windows on the hip side. This throws a lot of people off because generally this is the head side, but your horses will be riding backwards facing that direction. So these big drops will still give you plenty of airflow. This side ramp has nice textured rubberized grip to it, so it makes it really easy for those horses to get in and out. All the Cimarron Norstar models are lined and insulated, so not only do you have the superior insulation of the FiberTech roof that Cimarrons are famous for, very dent resistant by the way, which is awesome if you live in hill country like we do, but they also line and insulate their sidewalls, so your horses are going to stay nice and cool in here in the summertime when it's 100 degrees and you're rolling them down the road through those really hot, humid states. Since we are 8 wide, got some wheel wells on the interior, but everything's tapered and matted with this heavy duty kick mat. So it's gonna, I mean, this guy hauled a lot of miles on this trailer and it looks like it is in amazing shape. That's one of the reasons to pull a Cimarron, but also to pull a Cimarron that was maintained really well by the previous owner. Stud divider on the first stall with a partial and a partial breakover divider on the last. One of the things with side loads is sometimes having this last divider, we just don't have enough room to get it all the way back. So if we were not to have it collapsed over, that is the angle that we would have to give our horses there, which is still fine, but having that breakover, it's just really easy to operate here, gives you that ability to push that nice and flush against the wall, give those horses just a lot more room to get in and out. We've got bar type dividers. Those horses not only will have lots of airflow, They'll also be able to see their buddies and makes it a little easier for them to get in and out. Opti-Bright lights in the stall area light this thing up like daytime. So if you're loading in and out at night, your horses will have a nice big bright area to get in and out of, which is going to make loading a lot easier. Kick mats on the floor. If you wanted to add worm to this trailer, if you don't want to deal with rubber mats, that's something that we could do locally after the fact. So don't let that deter you if that's something that you want to change on this one. So as we work our way around the exterior here, you've got the access to your hot water heater. This will be important because if you're winterizing it, you'll have the controls out here to do that winterization. Your city water connection is right over here. And that's just if you want pressurized water right from the hose. You can hook it up there and not have to worry about running your pump. Since this one does have 2 AC units, it is a 50 amp service on this particular model. So you've got that big heavy duty 50 amp shore cord that's currently in the mangers. You can hook that up and run all those appliances and 2 ACs, keep you nice and cool. We've got a slide out on we've got an awning on the slide out as well. So it keeps that water off of there. And then that brings us back to the nose here. If you guys have any particular questions on this trailer, like I said, this is a beautiful 2019. We've run it through both of our shops. It gets an alignment, it gets all of the appliances serviced and any safety issues addressed, and we even do some of the cosmetic stuff. So we spend a lot of money to get these trailers as the best used trailers on the market. We even sell trucks, so if you want a truck trailer combo, you can see how good this looks set up. We can always send you the video on the truck. If you guys have any questions on this trailer, send over build sheets, give you guys an idea of how this one's set up. You can check out our stock number 5U240276. It's 2019 Cimarron Norstar 4-horse living quarters. If you guys have any questions on this particular trailer, I would be more than happy to answer them. Once again, my name is Callie Say. My direct line is 970-309-6368. I really appreciate everybody taking the time to tune in today. If you have any questions, give me a call. Have a great Friday.